Welcome to More Than a Few Words, a marketing conversation for business owners. This is your host, Lorraine Ball. And we all know that social media isn't free anymore, that if you really want to reach your target audience, you've got to think long and hard about advertising on the meta products, Facebook, Instagram, even WhatsApp. But how do you do that when the whole platform is kind of controlled by the meta algorithm? That's what we're going to talk about today. And to have that conversation, I've invited Carol Cabale to join me. Carol is a Facebook ad and strategy consultant. She's got more than 8 years of experience in the marketing industry, and she specializes in helping women entrepreneurs grow their business through strategic social media campaigns, email marketing, and evergreen sales funnels. Carol, welcome to the show.
Oh my gosh, Lorraine, thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
I am so excited to have this conversation because, full confession, I'm an organic girl. You say the word advertising to me, and my head hurts. So I loved this idea when we were talking about the show, where you were talking about taking control of the meta algorithm. How do I start? Where should I really start thinking about playing on that platform?
So, first of all, you are not alone. A lot of people hear the words ads and they get freaked out. They want to run for the hills, and that's okay. It's okay. I'm here to tell you it's not that scary. The best place to start with any meta product is to look at what you already have. So, look at everything that you've been doing organically and figure out what's really working for you. Is it your reels? Is it your carousels? Is it old school posts? What are people engaging with? Is it the content? Is it a topic? And that's the kind of content that you need to convert into a winning ad. The best ads are already sitting on your pages.
So it's not about, if I'm hearing you correctly, it's not about trying to create a clever ad. It's finding my best content and putting a little boost behind it.
There we go. So we were talking about this a little bit offline. It's really become Meta or any social media platform a pay to play kind of place. So why spend hours on end creating video content, right? Creating beautiful carousels on Canva or Adobe Photoshop that no one will ever see, right? So by putting a little bit of money, and literally, it can be as small as like $5, which is probably a coffee, to be seen by your people. Wouldn't you want to do that?
Absolutely. Yes, I do. But I got to tell you, I get into that whole Facebook business manager, and we're back to that moment where I said my head hurts.
Yes. So, business manager can be very overwhelming. And I would say with that, just take your time. There are plenty of tutorials. I have some on my website. I'm happy to leave some resources, but take it one step at a time. Focus on one campaign and say, what is the real goal that I want to achieve here? Do I want to get more leads, so get more emails? I always feel like that's the best kind of goal because you get something tangible for your money. You aren't just like, throwing spaghetti at the wall and then Facebook tells you, oh, 7,000 people saw it. Okay, and then what? Like,
And
what
then
am I
what?
supposed to do with this information? So get something tangible for your money, like an email address, and grow that email list that's been collecting dust for years. And every year you say you're going to start growing it. So I would go into business manager with that mindset, one goal in mind, start small, and build a very easy campaign. It's actually easier now because Meta actually wants you to win and they want you to run ads. So they will walk you through most of the steps. There will be little help functions. You can always press a little help icon and figure out what it is. And if you're really stuck, you can even reach out to a free consultation call with Meta. So truly, there is no reason why you shouldn't be running ads.
Okay. So as I'm thinking about okay, I'm going to do this, and I get over to Meta, and it starts asking me about targeting and audiences. Are there some rules of thumb, some things I should keep in mind as I'm trying to use those tools?
So I would always say, look at who your best clients are. And I don't just mean the people who you closed the easiest or they were worth the most, the people you really love to work with, those people who aren't your clients now, but you still want to have a coffee with them or you want to chat to them. That's who you need to target. You need to find those people. In terms of targeting, it's actually quite fun. It's now not as rigid as it used to be before. Before, you had to be very clear. It's this person, they're a mom, they're a business owner, they have to live within this area. Now, because Meta has all this information and they have this beautiful algorithm, it's more like a suggestion. So you kind of say to them, hey, I'm looking for these kind of people, and Meta will start with those kind of people. But if they feel with their data that maybe, hey, if we move a little bit this way, like for example, from a business owner to a online coach, two different people, yeah, they could still benefit from this offer, and your targeting could change that way. So it's not as rigid as before.
And as you're playing with audiences and you're playing with your content, and you said, I can get started for $5. Do I really get enough information from a campaign of only $5? And what do I do next?
I love that. So you can actually get some pretty good information from the $5. I would suggest, if you're going to test that out, stretch yourself. Let's go to 10. Let's be good. Let's use round numbers because math is difficult sometimes. And let's say to ourselves, okay, let's start with a warmer audience. And what that simply means is people who've already interacted with your content, whether it's on your website, on your Instagram page, on your Facebook page, on WhatsApp. We already have all that beautiful information. Why not show your ad to them? They're probably ready to buy or ready to take the next step from you. They just need a nudge. And that's where your ad comes in, right? With that $10, you can maybe run your ad for 1 week and you can create a baseline. And with that baseline, let's use baby numbers. If you're getting in a lead or an email for $1, that means you'll get 10 emails at the end of the day. You can also see if your ads are coming in more expensive, like $5 or $10, how much you would actually have to pay to continue running ads on a daily basis. Sometimes I've had clients of mine who thought, oh my gosh, this was going to be so expensive. Doesn't have to be. Your goal just has to adjust to your budget.
Is particularly with reels, I think sometimes it's easy to get a lot of people to watch.
Mhm.
Is it beneficial to use the reels to maybe grow your Facebook page or do something else that's a smaller step than giving me their email address? I mean, is there benefit in that kind of placement?
Yes, of course. You could do a reel. And the nice thing about reels is like anybody who watches the reel, you can retarget them. So, one, your reel gets all these additional eyeballs. So you go from getting 200 to 300, where most of us are stuck, to getting 1,000, 10,000, all these magical viral numbers. And then a softer approach is just to lead them into more like a DM strategy and say, comment the word blank, and I will send you this, and you can continue the conversation that way as well.
So, do you do that then when you create the reel? You actually say that in the reel.
Correct. I would say that
Okay.
in the reel. If you would like to get my 10-step blueprint, please comment the word blank, and then people will start to do that.
Nice. So part of it is just telling people what you want them to do.
Exactly.
Awesome. Okay. So, any last tips? Something else I should keep in mind as I'm thinking about investing a couple of my hard-earned pennies? Because I only
I
want to
would
give Meta pennies.
That's so fine. I would say before you run ads, be very clear on what your goal is, right? Are you trying to get more views on a reel and maybe monetize it by getting them to comment a word? Are you looking for more emails? What is the goal? So once you have that, before you even turn on an ad, I want you to have a tried and tested offer. If you're a business owner and you've never sold that particular product or service, then you have no business running ads because you are testing with your own money. And why would you do that? I would definitely suggest you stay with organic, you see if it works, you go through a couple of clients, And then once you're sure that your entire sales funnel is effective, then run ads. In truth, all that ads do is amplify what you have. So if you have greatness, it will be shown. And if you have holes, it will quickly be identified.
Awesome. Carol, that was fabulous. Thank you so much for those tips.
Thank you so much for having me, Lorraine. I really enjoyed it.
I did too. And if you want to know more about Carol, you can find her. There will be links in the show notes to her Facebook page, to her LinkedIn page. She even has a quiz on her website. You want to look for the quiz to discover your Facebook ad readiness score to find out if you're ready to put into practice some of the things she's offering. Carol, thanks again.
Thank you so much. I really, really did enjoy myself.
Me too. And if you're looking for other resources for your business, if you're ready to talk about some of the topics that we've discussed, go ahead and book an office hour with me. Look for MTFW wherever you listen to podcasts. This has been another episode of More Than a Few Words. Thanks for listening.